The journey of our food from the farm to the plate starts with seed. Fruits, vegetables, grains, and spices begin with the seeds sown by farmers in the ground. In transforming food systems, there is a challenge to increase the diversity, availability, and accessibility of safe and nutritious food that support the shift towards sustainable diets. This requires, among others, stronger connections between consumers and producers of food, where both global and local value chains must become more robust. In this episode of Stories from the Ground, we will hear how seed companies contribute to boosting local food production and value chains, closing the distance between growers and consumers. Shifting towards healthier and more sustainable consumption patterns requires a steady supply of fresh, nutritious, and locally grown food. And for that to happen, farmers must have the right input to grow crops that suit their market and growing conditions. In Africa, for example, plant breeders and crop marketing specialists have developed eggplant varieties that grow well in Tanzania's hot tropical weather.
Well, the African eggplant program was the first time that Zwaan was starting a breeding activity for breeding varieties in Africa for the African market and African product, like the African eggplant. And those varieties were the first varieties where we have really improved the plant type, the yield, and the shelf life. That will bring a big added value to farmers. What makes them suitable is that they've been bred and selected in the region, with taking focus on what could be an added value for the farmer, which is shelf life, bringing product to the market, which the problem of logistic that you can have in Africa. And if you can have a product extending the shelf life of a couple of days, that makes the value much higher for the farmer there. Perception from the farmer was good. They were not used to have such a seed company breeding, because they used to have their own local seeds. For them it was something new. And from the moment they try the variety and see the benefit of the vigor of the plant, the yield and the extended shelf life, for them it was just a win-win situation. But it's clear it was something that it's not in their mind that there's a international breeding company that is proposing local products for the local market.
Farmer Emmanuel Urio in Arusha realizes the benefits of growing the first hybrid African eggplant variety, and he shares his success in harvesting better produce for the local market.
Niliona tofauti kwa sababu niliotesha za kienyeji pembeni na hybrid nikaotesha pembeni. Za kienyeji ziliisha, hybrid ikaendelea mpaka nikaja kung'oa. Yaani tofauti ni kwamba ile ya local ilikuwa inatoa kidogo, yani viroba viwili. Hii ingine inatoa 6 mpaka 8. Yaani kwa upande wa hybrid hamna mashaka. Kabisa. Kwa sababu ukivuna mara 3 gharama zitakuwa zimerudi. Lakini sasa kuna uvunaji mara 10 mbele.
For many local farmers like him, the use of quality seed has proven to be a way to a positive livelihood.
Mimi biashara, service biashara ni tamu, kwa sababu tuna organize na madalali wako Dar es Salaam, wako mjini Arusha, tuna magari ya Backtown, Meruline, nafunga mzigo tu anapita, unaweka pembeni ya lami, unajua ni unashampigia ni kiasi fulani, watu wa Meruline una line yao, kwa hiyo wapakia saa 12 ya asubuhi ile inaingia kwenye simu. Hakuna maneno kabisa.
The benefits of improved hybrids include better yield, stronger disease resistance, and better quality produce. Farmers themselves can tell the difference. Nourang Abbas from Sahiwal, Pakistan, grows an improved variety of watermelon with a phenomenal increase in yield, allowing him to reinvest his earnings to upgrade his farm equipment.
2014 में काश्त शुरू किया है। तरबूज लगाया है। 4 एकड़ से शुरू किया है, माशाल्लाह आज 200 एकड़ है। जो मैं गस्टा लगाया सी ना 2014 च 4 एकड़ लगाया था। जिस तरीके गस्ते की बिक्री हुई, गस्ता अच्छा लगा, उससे ज़्यादा बढ़ता जा रहा। 10 एकड़, 20 एकड़, 30 एकड़, 40 एकड़, दिनों ब दिनों साल पर साल असी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा तरबूज लगा। आज माशाल्लाह 200 एकड़ है तरबूज। अल्लाह का शुक्र है, ट्रैक्टर भी लिया है, ट्राले भी ले, हल भी ले, करा भी लिया है, जो चीज़ जितना भी सामान है ट्रैक्टर का लिया है।
Malik Mangrule explains why it's important to develop locally adapted crop varieties and how this supports food security at a local level.
Hello, I am Mallikarjun Mangrule and I am Regional Portfolio Manager for Cucurbits APAC, and I am working for Syngenta based out of Hyderabad, India, to ensure food security for 9 billion population by 2050. Now that demands 60 to 70% higher food than what we produce today. There are clearly few reasons why the varieties needs to be locally adapted. There are reasons such as there is a high variability of consumer preference, which is based on taste, color, shape, size, etc. Second is there are different climatical zones. Besides this, there are different cultivation practices among the growers. Third is there are more than 90% of the growers in India who are actually smallholder growers with different needs. Then country like India, which is geographically so big, the traits such as shelf life and long distance transportability plays a very critical role. Last but not the least, climate change is imposing with a lot of diseases and pressure, and that is the reason we need to have varieties which are locally adapted.
Seed companies also keep an eye on reducing food waste from locally grown produce through varieties that keep fresh longer and have better nutritional value for consumers.
Then coming to the next point, especially in case of India, where there is a large amount of produce which goes as a waste. So the traits such as longer shelf life helps to reduce this waste to a great extent. And to give you an example, few of our varieties in tomato, which has got 10 to 12 days of shelf life, which is almost 5 to 7 days higher compared to any other normal varieties in tomato. We are also trying to bring innovation in the form of adding new crops such as broccoli, color cauliflower, which has got higher nutritional value and that caters an increasing calorie requirement per day. So these are some of the examples I would like to highlight how this local adaptation supports the food security at community level.
Seed companies, whether small, medium, or large businesses, family-owned enterprises, cooperatives, and others, are helping boost the local production of farmers. Doing so supports the supply of fresh produce in community markets, reducing the need for food to travel far to reach the table.
MSc इकनॉमिक्स मैंने बहुद्दीन ज़िक्रिया यूनिवर्सिटी से की है। मुझे इस फील्ड में आए हुए तकरीबन 5वां-6वां साल है। 2016 से मैंने स्टार्ट लिया था इसका। तो टमाटर माशाल्लाह 1 एकड़ से स्टार्ट किया था, अब मैं इसके 7 एकड़ों पर पहुंचा हुआ हूँ। तो जब मैंने स्टार्ट किया तो मेरे पास कोई स्ट्रक्चर का सामान भी नहीं था। पहले मैंने 1 एकड़ का स्ट्रक्चर का सामान तैयार किया, उसी से फिर बढ़ता माशाल्लाह अब ये मेरे पास 8 एकड़ों तक पहुंच चुका है। पहला ही मेरा साल था, तो मैंने ये सिंजेंटा की वैरायटी है साहिल, मैंने इससे स्टार्ट लिया था और मैं मुसलसल यही काश्त कर रहा हूँ। और फिर इसको ना एक मंडी से दूसरी मंडी तक आसानी से लेके आया जा सकता है। ये ना सफ़र काफ़ी करता है। बाकी जो दूसरी वैरायटी हैं वो ना इतना ट्रैवल नहीं करती। उन्हें यानी कि नरम हो जाती हैं सफ़र के दौरान। और माशाल्लाह इसका जो झाड़ है वो भी दूसरी फसलों के निस्बत बहुत अच्छा रहता है।
To grow local is to create opportunities for growth. The innovations and solutions offered by seed companies translate to better harvests, better livelihood for farmers, and better availability and accessibility of diverse and nutritious food locally, taking us one step further towards a more food secure future.